Hello, everybody. Welcome to College Conversations. I just popped off just to check if Kristina's all right. But I was just saying, this week we are interviewing Kristina Johnstone, who is a lecturer at the University of Pretoria, and it's a part of our series called College Conversations. Usually Wesley, our wonderful PlugInLIVE host, takes these interviews, but he is away. He is in the Kruger National Park. So I'm taking the interview today, and I'm really looking forward to chatting to Kristina Johnstone from the University of Pretoria. We've had an incredible series of college conversations, chatting to the top performing arts schools in South Africa and having really great conversations, hearing what they offer and what the students can expect when they study there, and how those institutions are preparing their students for the industry of performing arts. So we've had some really great interviews, and today we are chatting to the University of Pretoria. So I know a lot of people that have studied at University of Pretoria and gone on to do amazing things. So I'm really looking forward to chatting to Kristina and finding out more about the college and what they have to offer, well, the university. So if you are a prospective student and you would like to find out about all the different performing arts schools that we have in South Africa, please go have a check out. Go look at our social medias. We have posted all the live conversations on our Facebook, our YouTube, and our Instagram. So please go have a look. There's Kristina. There we go. Let's just wait for her to say hi. Yes, so Kristina is from the University of Pretoria. Hi.
Hi.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was just telling our viewers that you are a lecturer at the University of Pretoria.
That's right. Yes, I teach movement and physical theatre there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So this interview, everybody, forms part of our series called College Conversations, where we are interviewing different top performing arts schools in South Africa. And today we have the great privilege of chatting to you, Kristina Johnstone. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hey, you're welcome.
So let's jump straight into it.
Sure.
Tell us more about the University of Pretoria. So tell us what qualification you offer there as a part of studying drama.
Yeah, so our what we offer is a Bachelor of Dramatic Arts, a BDram short, which is a 3-year undergraduate degree in theatre, performance, and media, if you like.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. And that forms part of the School of Arts, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So we're part of the School of the Arts. We also have departments in music, there's drama therapies, visual arts. So we're part of a whole arts block within the university, which is very exciting to be part of such a structure. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I know a lot of students that have studied at, well, I'm not sure if do you still call it Tuckies? Do you still call it Tucks?
I don't. I'm like a recent arrival. I've only been there just about a year, so I don't have that whole history of calling it Tuckies, but I've heard it being used. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, I know a lot of students that have studied at the University of Pretoria. They are phenomenal. So I guess you're all doing amazing things there. So what kind of subjects do the students take in this BDram?
So the undergraduate degree in first and second year, it's really very broad, which is what I like about it. So it focuses a lot on like acquiring the building blocks that you're going to need for any kind of career or interest occupation in theatre performance. Right, so we have courses in acting, camera acting, movement, physical theatre, obviously, which is my kind of field, directing, applied theatre, but also digital media, writing for stage, writing for screen, music theatre. So it's really very, very broad. Radio, TV presenting. So in the first and the second year, you get all the kind of building blocks that you would need for that. So you focus a lot on like voice training, movement training. How do you use the actor's body in the physical space, right? How do you think through action in the body? Singing is part of those building blocks as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and just out of interest sake, do those students have choices in choosing those specific subjects, or does it all come as a package deal and you have to do those subjects?
Yeah, so first and second year is pretty much everyone is part of the course. It's you all take a set of subjects, and then when you get to third year, once you've got those building blocks, if you like, that's when you begin to choose to specialize in an area. So you might be able to specialize in digital media along with writing, camera acting, presenting. So you can choose different combinations that suit your skills. But I do think it's so important that in first and second year, students get to first discover what they're good at. I think it's so important at first to know what you like and what you don't like and what you can do, and maybe discover something that you didn't think was your interest, but discover that, oh, this is maybe something that I might be interested in. Another one that I forgot to mention earlier was performing arts management is also one of our courses that I'm very excited about.
That's amazing. That's so important. I mean, I studied performance, and I'm now in the management side of the arts. And I didn't study it when I studied. I never realized that might have been a career option. So I
exactly. And I think. Yeah, I mean, just building on what you're saying, just from your experience, this is something that I discovered as well, is that in order to find your niche, or to find success, or to do well in this kind of field, in this kind of industry, it's so important to be open to everything. It's a very networked kind of field, right? There's so many layers to theatre and performance. And I think it's important as a young person entering that field to experience something of every layer, if you will, and to also get that bird's eye view of, well, what is the management side of things, or to think around marketing even, or graphic design might become part of what you need to think about as a young artist as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I guess that kind of answers my next question, but maybe you can elaborate a little bit more. That I just want to know, how are you preparing the students for the industry? So how is it that you are creating the space within the course that they feel like they are adequately prepared to step into this big wide world of performing arts?
Yeah, so it's not just training, obviously. I think a big part of learning is in performance, in actually applying the skills, that the things that you practice together in class, in the studio. I think it's so important to have an opportunity to apply it in a theatre space, and to then again think through like the different levels of production, right? So students also take courses in theatre techniques, right, where you will deal with things like lighting, or the whole process of production from front of house right up until the curtain call.
Wow.
So it's part of performance. Our exams are often in a performance format. At the end of the year, the students perform. Students also have opportunities to perform in each other's works, which I think is also so important, to sometimes wear that hat of director and sometimes wear the hat of an actor or a performer in someone else's work. I think it's also, we prepare them by purposefully offering something very, very broad, right? Is to be able to actually receive training in a wide variety of areas, which allows you to be really versatile in what you can do, what you know. And I think that's the best preparation is that versatility.
Absolutely. I just want to take this opportunity to just tell everybody that is watching and will watch in the future that we are chatting to Kristina Johnstone, and she is a lecturer at the University of Pretoria. previously known as Tux, and we're chatting to her about their BDram degree and what that has to offer. The part of our series called College Conversations, and we hope that you are finding this as interesting as we are. I mean, we have been going through this for the last 7 weeks, and it's been so interesting to chat to people just like you, Kristina. So thank you so much for being here.
Sure, pleasure.
And my next question is, can someone study at your institution without having any kind of prior training? And what are the expectations walking into the university and into the qualification?
Yeah, so first of all, I like to think of there being many different kinds of training. So sometimes when we say training, we think about like someone who's had formal training at school, right? Like you've done X amount of drama classes at school, or you've been part of X amount of drama competitions in your life. There's that kind of formal training. But there's also other kinds of training where you might have been part of community theatre or community performance, or performance in your church even.
Yes.
I mean, there's like so many spheres of performance, right?
Yes.
So I think, first of all, like we can think of training as being like really, really broad. Like you might have skills just through life in general, right? So the way we accept students into the program is through audition. So everybody into the playing field is leveled. You apply to the university, and then there's an audition process where we go through. There's a number of categories that applicants go through. So you would do an audition in acting. We would look at your verbal skills as well. Like, how do you communicate using the voice, the body? We look at movement, ensemble work. How do you work in a group? And then we look at a small academic assessment as well. How do you respond to critical thinking around theatre and performance? Yeah.
So you're more looking for the potential of really growth and learning within it, rather than having those set skills already.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all about looking at candidates. I think firstly you have an interest. I think, if you're interested and passionate, then I think it means that you're open to learning, right? And open to playing. Like you will know, you studied in this field, obviously, that so much of what we do, and it's such a privilege, is that we play. We play a lot all the time. It's fun, and we do it with other people. It's about group work, working together. So it's about a willingness to engage, to play, to and then skills can be learned, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think having that foundation of learning that what we do is about enjoyment and about play is so important, because when you get into the industry, you can kind of get a bit lost in all the drama, for lack of a better word, around that. So it's so important to have that foundation so strong, that it's about play. It's about having fun and dressing up and telling stories, which I love that.
Yeah, telling stories, absolutely. I mean, theatre and performance in general, media is a way of looking at the world. I always think of like, if I just think about myself, like I'm the kind of person who will like to sit in a cafe and people watch, or like look at what's going on in the background, look through the window and see what life looks, how people are living, what they're doing, what makes them tick. Right, the little stories that happen on the street right in front of you. And I think studying drama and performance, theatre is a way of looking at the world, is a way of figuring out what makes people tick, like what are people's motivations, what are the psychologies that drives people to do things.
That makes me really excited. So my last question, I've just so enjoyed chatting to you, so it's sad that the interview has to come to an end, but my last question is, what can students expect to get out of the course? So when they walk in, they go, this is what I'm expecting. When they walk out, they've got that kind of in hand.
Yeah, so I like to think that we're equipping our students both artistically and intellectually. I think it's really good to have that dual focus, that you've got a theoretical foundation that you can articulate what theatre and performance is about, but that you also have the skills to go and play and to apply, that you are adaptable, that you're resilient, that you've got the kind of soft skills that are needed to function in our networked kind of world. So you come out with a qualification that is of value, because I mean, we're in one of the top universities of Africa, so it's a valuable qualification to have. But I think at the same time, you've got all these skills and knowledge to then go and apply in a range of fields. So even if it's education that you end up in, or if it's some other part of commercial life. I think the skills that you gain studying at drama are so transferable, and I think that's what makes it an exciting degree.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I also think that doing drama in school is almost like essential for kids, because it really does equip you with so many skills that are transferable.
Yeah. When we say play, I mean, it's problem solving, right? It's thinking through something with other people. It's such an essential thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Kristina, it's been so lovely to chat to you and to meet you virtually.
Likewise. Yeah.
I hope we can meet each other in real life one day.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah, I look forward to seeing more of what you do with Plug-in Theatre as well. This has been a nice introduction.
Thank you so much. We absolutely love what we do, and we really hope to grow, and our following to really grow with us. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
It's a pleasure.
Have a lovely Heritage Day further. And if you're going to have a braai, enjoy it.
Thank you very much. You as well.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Right, everybody. That was the wonderful Kristina Johnstone. She is a lecturer at the University of Pretoria. And that concludes our interview with her. It was so lovely to chat to her. She's from, she forms part of our College Conversation series. And if you would like to watch the rest of the interviews, please do. If you would like to get hold of her, please pop us a message or pop us a DM, and we can give you those details. We'll also pop it in the description boxes of all of our posts on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So go have a watch, go have a look, and we'll see you next week. Bye.